Is it wrong to be proud of walking 2 miles? I'm about 50 pounds overweight. Instead of driving or calling an Uber, I walked a mile there and a mile back. Didn't collapse. Didn't get run over. I'm proud of myself. But everyone I talk to seems to treat it like it's nothing. Is it really just chump change to walk 2 miles? Every journey starts with the first step. Be proud of yourself. F the rest of them. I'm proud of you. If it's an accomplishment for you, then it is an accomplishment. Don't listen to what others have to say. 2 miles is a long walk for someone who doesn't usually go on long walks. You did good. I walk 2 miles most days. But when I started, I was only doing about a mile. I worked my way up. Be proud of every step you take toward any goal. If you've been sedentary for a long time, that's huge. Don't let people take that away from you. We all have to start somewhere. You absolutely should be proud for taking this step. Most of us don't just go on a 2-mile walk every day. You'll notice the benefits of this in a few weeks as long as you keep it up. Make sure to stay hydrated. When someone goes through physical therapy to learn how to walk again, they're literally relearning how to do something we all do every day. It doesn't change that the first step they take under their own weight and power is a huge accomplishment. Just because other people find your life experiences easy or not important, doesn't mean it's not an accomplishment worth being proud of and celebrating. Any exercise is better than no exercise. You're doing great. Be proud you have to start somewhere. It's also not just about the distance. You decided that you wanted to do some walking. You made the commitment. You made some time to walk there and back. And then you actually did it. 1 or 2 miles becomes 3 or 4. Maybe even 5 eventually. 4 or 5. And maybe you start thinking about a bike. Feeling proud and feeling good about yourself is contagious. For a normal weight person, yes, that is very easy. But as someone who has been 100 pounds overweight, I remember how painful and exhausting walking around the tidal basin during cherry blossom season was. I think it's a big deal. Congrats. If you were a friend or family, I may not make a big deal about it because you could be perceived as a person who would stop doing a thing because people were making a big deal about it. Does that make sense? I used to do a lot of creative writing years ago, and one time I finally showed my work to my family. And it was the worst mistake I'd ever made because all they wanted to do was congratulate me, telling me how awesome it was, and all I wanted to do was never write again because of all the attention. Are they walking on eggshells because they don't want you to stop walking? This is a big deal. You will work up to more in no time. I completely understand. I got super ill and experienced extreme muscle atrophy. I could hardly walk 200 feet without pain and feeling like I was about to collapse. A bit more than a year later, I can now walk 1.5 miles. It does take time, but as long as we push ourselves a little more each day, it will pay off. 2 miles is great. A lot of people don't realize that walking 2 miles burns almost as many calories as running 2 miles. I've also noticed the trend lately is that walking gets measured in steps, while jogging is measured in miles, especially with folks under 40. I guess because of the rise in popularity of Fitbits and Apple Watches. So they may be confused when you walk in a unit of measurement reserved for jogging. I think if you present it as I met my goal of walking 5,000 steps here instead of taking an Uber, they would understand and celebrate that more. For someone in reasonable shape, it's not a big deal. If this is an achievement for you, though, there's nothing wrong with a bit of pride. Your friends should be sensitive to that. Keep it up, and 2 miles will one day be nothing for you either. They may think it isn't an accomplishment, But can any of those people say they also decided to walk 2 miles instead of drive? I think it is an accomplishment. Good for you. Nope. Any amount of walking is good for you. And you saved money on both gas and Uber. Keep going. Wonder if any of them have recently tried walking 2 miles while carrying 50 pounds of anything. It's not easy. And they don't get it. Don't tell any more jerks about it. And just go on and be proud of yourself. If it's a personal best of any kind, you celebrate the crap out of it. Dude, I'm proud you walked those 2 miles. Keep it up, man. Do what you can each day. Walking has been extremely therapeutic for me. Just a little bit goes a long way. My mental health is better and I've trimmed down a little bit. I started walking for like a month before I was feeling up to picking up the pace a little bit. The thing with exercise is that it doesn't matter how hard it would be for other people. You're only measuring against yourself. If you're proud of yourself, I'm proud of you too. Mate, be proud. For me, 2 miles is nothing. For you, it's part of a decision and active determined effort to be healthier and make your life better, and that is always worthy of respect. It's 2 miles more than you walked yesterday, and that is how we get results. Small improvements. Consistent over time. So well done. Keep at it. I'm impressed with the effort. If you are bragging to others about walking 2 miles, then, yeah, you will get some wild responses. Why are you telling people? Take your personal victory and keep going. Yes. If that's not your normal, I'd say you have every right to be proud. I regularly walk further distances. But I have a lot of friends who are more sedentary. If they walked what you did, I would be proud of them. You should be proud of yourself for pushing to do anything more challenging. Proud for completing it. Proud of yourself for making a positive choice for yourself. It's chump change for a healthy adult under the age of 70. Don't get me wrong. It's a good start. And it's healthy for you. You should be proud of any step you take towards better health. But it's not a large athletic achievement for most of us. If you're proud of walking 2 miles, you're definitely more than 50 pounds overweight. Good for you. Keep it up. This reminds me of the general advice that you don't have to share your goals or progress about this kind of stuff with anyone because it's just for you. You're worth the effort regardless of what others may think. You're supposed to impress yourself, not others. 2 miles is a stepping stone. You were more active than other people. You'll understand their viewpoint really soon if you keep walking daily. Your body adapts to long walking very fast as opposed to movements that you aren't evolutionarily geared for. What you're really working out is your cardiovascular system and to some extent your nervous system. As in, that's why it feels like a big deal to you right now. Physically. Check out the Renaissance Periodization channel on YouTube for lots of expert advice from a professor for your fitness and nutrition journey. I see pride, I see power, I see a badass mother who don't take no shit from nobody. Be super proud, my dude. You can be proud of whatever you want. At the same time, others don't have to be. That said, walking 2 miles once really isn't that impressive. It's not even the bare minimum of recommend number of steps per day. It's a start. I walk at least 3 miles a day. Usually 6. Occasionally 9. Without a diet change as well, you won't lose any weight if that's your goal. You should be more physically active just to get your heart pumping regardless of your weight goals. You can be proud of whatever you wish. But to most people it is a ridiculous low distance just saying, "Hey, good job." One of the most American things I've heard in a while though. Why post this?